Meghan Markle has decided to cut back on royal references and homages, according to a royal commentator. Royal commentators Rachel Bowie and Roberta Fiorito remarked that the Duchess of Sussex's appearance on Ellen this week demonstrated the dramatic turnaround. Speaking on their podcast Royally Obsessed, Ms. Fiorito said that the 40-year-old Duchess was rebranding to be more about the Meghan she was before Harry. Meghan joined in on pranks during her appearance on Ellen, during which host Ellen DeGeneres dared her to carry out embarrassing tasks in front of unsuspecting vendors. During the segment, the Duchess was encouraged by the chat show host to eat a tortilla crisp like a chipmunk, refer to herself as mummy, and tell jokes. She won plaudits, with many fans praising the Duchess' appearance for being down to earth and showing off her comedy skills. Reflecting on the appearance, Ms. Fiorito said, "Meghan on Ellen, on the prank section, there wasn't really a royal reference made, besides her name." The podcast co-host added, "I felt that was a choice, where Meghan is moving on from that and she doesn't always have to be serious. For me, what was interesting was Meghan showing a different side. Her comedic side. Her acting side. She is really capable in that regard. It does demonstrate that. That feels like a new chapter for her. It feels like she is rebranding herself to be more about Meghan, the person she was before Harry. It's definitely a choice she has made. She talked about things she wasn't able to talk about in her royal life. She is definitely going to show more of herself going forward." Howard Breuer, CEO of Newsroom PR, told Fox News that the appearance on Ellen makes total sense. He said, "After all, she and Harry already broke the mold that dictated that members of the royal family avoid such shows and keep to themselves their thoughts, their struggles, and the comments that demonstrate that they are just people like everyone else. For her to do this kind of show at all is to color outside the lines." William and Kate have banned the BBC from broadcasting their Christmas Carol concert as tensions remain high over a controversial royal documentary. The charity fundraiser, which the Duchess is hosting at Westminster Abbey, will instead be shown on ITV. With Kate hosting, William is expected to watch on proudly from the wings, while Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis could all be in attendance. The move comes after the BBC aired the first of the two-part documentary The Princes and the Press trademark on Monday night. Monday TMS episode included a suggestion that rivalries between royal households were at play, and that negative stories about Meghan had been leaked by courtiers. BBC Chairman Richard Sharp told The Voice of the Listener and Viewer TMS Autumn Conference, "From time to time, this organization produces programs which may or may not meet with full agreement with different parts of the establishment." He did, however, address the importance of the royal family in the UK, saying it is at the center of our identity. On Wednesday night TMS ITV News at 10 programme, the BBC debacle was covered by royal editor Chris Shipp. Before handing over to Mr. Shipp, the programme TMS anchor Raja Omar said, "It could, of course, just be a coincidence." But, within a couple of days of the first part of a BBC documentary on the relationship Princes William and Harry have had with the press, ITV and not the BBC have been asked to broadcast a carol concert hosted by Kate, William TMS wife. Mr. Shipp added, "The filming of the carol service will still go ahead at Westminster Abbey, but the choice of broadcaster has changed. The fact is, the televised carol service here only dropped into ITV TMS Christmas schedules as late as last week." A source at the broadcaster said that was very unusual trademark. Mr. Shipp asked whether the BBC was being punished for the controversial documentary. Answering his own question, he said, "Well, put it this way. I was told today that Prince William is fiercely protective of his staff and this is exactly the sort of thing he would do." William did not watch the documentary on Monday night, as he was presenting the Environmental Tusk Awards at London TMS South Bank. However, a source told The Sun earlier this week that the documentary will have stirred up tensions, with the current row only the beginning. The source said, "It was all arranged to be on BBC One, but it was switched in the last few days because of the terrible row over the documentary. And things are likely to get a lot worse between the royal family and the BBC before they get better, as the second part of the documentary threatens to go further." The second part of the documentary, which airs on Monday night, examines the period between 2018 and 2021. It will cover the privacy actions Harry and Meghan have launched against the British press, as well as delving into the brothers' trademark rift. The BBC is also releasing a 4-part podcast series, Harry, Meghan and the Media Trademark, with the first episode out on Monday. Express.co.uk has approached Buckingham and Kensington Palace for comment. William's reported decision to bar the BBC from airing on its channels an upcoming charity Christmas Carol concert involving the Duchess of Cambridge may be the tip of the iceberg in what appears to be a major row with the Beeb. A source has claimed the Duke of Cambridge would have to seriously consider any further projects after BBC Two aired the first part of the 2-episode The Princes and the Press documentary. It has been previously claimed the BBC did not allow royal aides to get a preview screening of the programme. Rather, the broadcaster reportedly offered the palace a right of reply by outlining in a memo a series of claims present in the documentary. The BBC's approach to the project, as well as the claims reported in the documentary, are believed to have angered William as well as the 2 other royal households. At the end of the first episode of the documentary, aired on Monday evening, the BBC showed a rare joint statement provided by Kensington Palace, Buckingham Palace, and Clarence House. It read, "A free, responsible and open press is of vital importance to a healthy democracy. However, too often overblown and unfounded claims from unnamed sources are presented as facts, and it is disappointing when anyone, including the BBC, gives them credibility." Days after the first episode of the documentary aired, the royals remain united in their response to the BBC, according to a source. They told the Daily Mail, "It's fair to say that while the response to what has happened is being driven by the Duke, there is complete unity among all 3 royal households. You really couldn't get a cigarette paper between them. There is a serious issue of integrity at stake here." Another source, described by the Mail as a friend, claimed Prince William remains bruised by the Martin Bashir scandal. They said, "The whole Bashir scandal is still very raw for him, and now this." Express.co.uk has contacted Kensington Palace for comment. An inquiry from Lord Dyson found Mr. Bashir was in serious breach of the BBC's producer guidelines when he faked documents to gain access to the late Princess of Wales through her brother, Earl Spencer. Following the publication of the inquiry, Prince William issued a blistering statement, in which he spoke about his incredible sadness at the corporation's failings. The broadcaster's royal correspondent, Nicholas Witchell, spoke of an irritation within the firm at the expense of the BBC. He said, "There is undoubtedly irritation in the royal households, but especially at Kensington Palace and especially on the part of Prince William. These feelings are very raw, and they have been exacerbated by these 2 programs, The Princes and the Press." The first episode of The Princes and the Press aired on Monday evening and detailed the media coverage of Prince William, Prince Harry and their partners between 2012 and 2018. It included suggestions negative stories about the Duchess of Sussex had been leaked to the press by royal courtiers. Moreover, it contained claims of competitiveness within the royal households. The second episode, due to air on Monday, is expected to delve into the widely reported rift between Prince William and Prince Harry. Earlier this week, the BBC said the documentary was about how royal journalism is done and features a range of journalists from broadcast and the newspaper industry. On Wednesday, BBC chairman Richard Sharp was asked at the Voice of the Listener and Viewers Autumn Conference about the claims Kate and Prince William had decided to snub the BBC and instead offer their charity show to the rival ITV. He said, "The BBC is a national institution, and we approach our relationships with the other national institutions with great care and thought. The royal family is at the center of our identity, its underlying importance is unequivocal." We have tremendous respect for all aspects of the royal family and what they undertake and do. From time to time, this organization produces programs which may or may not meet with full agreement with different parts of the establishment. Our job is to get that right, to be independent, to be respectful. Earlier this week, it was claimed Kate is to lead a charity carol concert at Westminster Abbey in early December while Prince William looks on among the public. The unique show was all arranged to be on BBC One, a source has claimed, but it is now reportedly set to be aired by ITV. ITV's royal editor Chris Shipp reported sources at his broadcaster saying they were only made aware of the offer late last week and that contracts are still being negotiated. An ITV source said of the late commission, "It was unusual for it to come to us this late." Mr. Shipp added the Christmas special is being made for ITV by BBC Studios, not an unusual practice, as the studios also made a documentary on the Duchy of Cornwall for ITV in 2019. Prince William has collaborated with the BBC as recently as in October, when the broadcaster aired a 5-episode special focused on the Earthshot Prize and its first ever awards ceremony.